everyone, welcome to Queen Bee Healing, aka Queen's Bee Healing, and I am here with a message for you all. So, prior to me recording, I did like a brief meditation and I pulled an affirmation card. I already had an idea of what I wanted this video to be about, and then I pulled the affirmation card, and it kind of goes with what I wanted to say. So, I felt like that was confirmation. So, the card reads as follows. It says, it's safe to slow down, relax, and let go. And what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to compare really quickly and discuss is I wanted to say, for one, it is okay to have a bad day, or I'm not even going to give it the full 24 hours. It's okay to have a bad moment. And what I mean by that is that sometimes we, and I say we because I'm going to include myself in this, can be a bit unrealistic with our goals, or we can be a bit harsh or critical on ourselves, meaning that once we decide that, okay, I'm going to go through this journey, I'm going to go through this transformation, I'm going to step into my power, I'm going to dive into my purpose, celebrate my destiny, whatever, and we go through this process, we kind of feel like the old us, or what we've abandoned, what we've left, just goes away overnight. And it's not. It's literally a process. Like when people say I'm a work in progress, that's the real thing. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not an instant thing. And I know that we live in like this instant world where you can instantly become a star. You can instantly, your life can change in a matter of seconds. I know, I get it. I know. But when it comes to transforming yourself, it's not going to happen overnight, and you're going to have moments. Because I'm not even going to say days. You may have days, but I'm not even going to give the power of the bad moments for the whole 24 hours. I'm just going to give it 60 seconds. You are going to have moments of impaired judgment or lapse of judgment, or where you may revert back to something that you said you weren't going to do anymore. And when that happens, and I didn't say if, I said when that happens, we have to learn to be forgiving to ourselves, to be compassionate with ourselves, to be just a bit realistic. We're human. And we can get in our heads, we can have a moment of defeat, and we just completely throw in a towel, and all that we worked so hard for, we just abandon it and we just walk away from it. And sometimes some people can really get in their heads and say things like, it wasn't meant for me to have it, it's not meant to be, I'm not worthy of this, I'm that. No one was born on this earth to be deliberately toxic. I don't care what you say. That's no one's purpose. That's no one's plan. God did not put that on someone's life to just be a toxic moron. If you want to stay stagnant, if you want to literally stay sitting in shit, because that's what I call it. If you want to swim in shit, you have free will to do that. But if you have a moment where you just like fall into it, get your ass up and wash it off and keep moving. Don't sit up here and have a pity party. Don't sit up here and self-sabotage yourself. Don't think that you're not worthy to continue to go on, because you are, sis. There's going to be moments, there's going to be days. It may even be weeks or months. Let's just be real. It may where our crown is a bit tilted. Fix that shit and keep moving. Excuse my language if you get easily offended. I'm sorry. But I said what I said. And keep moving. So I really wanted to just come up here and just say it really quickly. It requires patience, and it is a process. And do not self-sabotage yourself. Do not underestimate yourself. Do not think that you're not worthy to continue your journey because you had a bad moment or a bad day, week, month. I hope you didn't have a bad year. But if you had a bad year, you're still breathing. There's still breath in your body. So pick up where you left off and keep going. Walking away from transforming yourself and walking away from things that you've spent so many years with, that you've indulged in, diets, relationships, friendships, careers, and then you're just going to pick up and walk away from it. You think it's just going to happen overnight, like you're not going to have those cravings no more, you're not going to have those desires anymore? You will. And one day you may indulge in it. But it doesn't mean that you're not worthy to continue this journey. It doesn't mean that you should sit there and punish yourself and condemn yourself. It just means you had a bad moment. Reflect on that moment so that you don't, take that lesson, learn that lesson, and keep going. Like the card says, it's safe to slow down, relax, and let go. Let go of the past. Let go of what hurt you. You are transforming yourself. You know how hard that is? Seriously, do you know how hard that is? You're healing. You're growing. You're doing shadow work. You're digging into your childhood traumas. You're opening wounds that you tried to suppress for years. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. It's probably the hardest thing you're probably going to ever do in your life. You ever met someone who used to be toxic as hell, and you're like, there's this glow to you, there's this aura to you? It's because they put in the work. Nobody was born to just be deliberately toxic and to just be the villain. I know that there in life there's a binary, the yin and the yang. I know that. But we all have a purpose. We all have a destiny, and being toxic, being stagnant is delaying you from your purpose. It's delaying you from realizing your power and obtaining your power. It's not just given to you. It's not like, here, take it. No, you gotta work for it. Because if that was the case, we'd all be walking around here talking about we're empresses and we're queens. No, we're not. Your crown is going to be tilted one day, sis. You're going to do something that just knocks your crown to the side. It don't mean you're not worthy of the crown. It just means you got to realign it. You got to readjust it. You're going to have a bad moment. You're going to have a bad day. Do not beat yourself up about it, and don't stop the progress that you've already made. You've come too far. Look at you. Be proud of yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your progress. Celebrate your growth. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to say this in just about every video because that's how firmly I agree with this. There's so much power in friendships because you can have a friend that's like, if you have a, off day, you can have a friend that's like, oh, girl, it's okay. We all are work in progress, What can we do, or what should you do to make sure it doesn't happen again? Or you can have the friend that's like, girl, I don't even know why you tried to stop smoking in the first place. You know you can't stop smoking, girl. You know you need your cigarettes. Which friend do you want? Because the friend A, the first friend, that's going to be the friend that celebrates your progress. That's going to be the friend that says, you know what, girl? You accidentally smoked yesterday, but I see you ain't smoked today, girl. Go, girl. Go, girl. Yay. That's the friend that you want. Like, people can say all day, I make my own decisions. My friends don't dictate me. No, they don't dictate you. But they are a heavy influence on your decisions. I don't care what you say. I think it was Jay-Z that said, if you hang with 5 broke people, you're going to be the 6th broke person. Don't argue with me. I didn't say it. But it's the truth. And there's so much power in your friendships and even in your relationships. And that's another thing. Like, stop holding on to these people that was not divinely sent to you. That man is not your husband. He's not supposed to be your husband. That's why this shit's not working out the way it's supposed to work out. Let it go. It's hard. It hurts. But let it go. Because you're just delaying your peace. You're delaying your promise. You're delaying your purpose, your power. You're going to have moments. You're going to have slip-ups. If you took a vow of celibacy, you may have a moment where you call that ex. That temptation may have gotten to you. But don't let it defeat you. Don't let it make you think that you can't do this, because you can. Just because you had a slip-up doesn't mean you're not worthy to continue the journey. So I really just wanted to come up here and just remind you to celebrate yourself, celebrate your progress, celebrate your growth, celebrate your healing, and continue on. And if you had a moment, if you had a slip up, if you said, you know what, I ain't eating pork no more, you had some bacon, you still have breath in your body. You have another chance to rectify the situation and continue on the journey and work so that it doesn't happen again. But don't beat yourself up because it does happen. Don't get so in your head. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Don't give up. You know, Instagram and social media will really make you feel like, you know, these spiritual journeys is all about listening to chakra meditation and buying candles and rolling around in the grass. I mean, no, it's hard work. It's serious hard work. It's probably going to be the hardest work you've ever done. And you have to remind yourself, a butterfly is not born a butterfly. A butterfly goes through stages. What is it, metamorphosis, or I don't know. Is it metamorphosis? I really didn't pay attention in science class. I was an English major, so if that's not the right term, like, don't come for me. I don't know. Now I'm going to Google it when I finish this video, because now I want to know, make sure I was right. But we all have moments. Even at conception, when you were conceived, you were like a cell, and then you grew into like a pea, and then a grape, and then a watermelon, and then even you were born and you was an infant, and then you were a toddler, a child, a teenager, and an adult, and then we get to an adult and we're like, oh, that's it, we're done. No, you're still, the journey continues. You still have to transform. And there's this like misconception that with age comes wisdom. No. With age comes age. Wisdom is obtained. You have to go out and get that wisdom, get that knowledge. Just because you're an old person don't mean that you know what you're talking about. I'm just saying. There's some old dumbass people in this world. And don't think because they old that they have all the knowledge in the world. No, they do not. Because if an older person refused to grow, refused to transform, refused to step into their power, refused to step into their purpose, remain stagnant their whole adult life, you think they're going to have some wisdom when they get older? No. I'm just saying. The growth, the transformation, it is a constant thing. What is the saying? The only thing constant is change. So, it doesn't stop. You have to continue to work on yourself. You are a work in progress, and it is okay to have a bad moment. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your purpose, celebrate your journey, celebrate your healing. And if you have a moment where you got to readjust your crown, readjust it and keep moving, but don't beat yourself up about it because you had a slip up. Because it's going to happen. I'm going through it. I have moments, I have triggers. Like, real quick, because I didn't want this video to be this long. One of my biggest pet peeves, like, I hate it. It's like when you're in a store and someone can't keep the door open for you. Like, how hard is it to hold your arm out for a half a second? Like, how hard is that? That irritates me. It makes me so mad. And so, like, you know, for sometimes I will, like, roll my eyes or sometimes, depending on the day, I'd be like, you know what, that was rude. And I'll make sure they hear me. But then as I went through my journey, I'm like, why should I come off of my throne to address something that's so minimal? Why should I? And it took me a minute to get it. Like, we all have triggers. We all have moments. Like, I have a son, and he has a father, and he gets under my skin. And he knows. That's the thing. He knows how to get under my skin. And sometimes when, you know, we have to do this co-parenting thing, and he gets under my skin, and he leaves. And I'm like, oh, why did I let him why did I do that? No, we're not, you know, just had a moment, okay, well, what can I do so the next time he comes over here being his usual asshole self, what can I do to make sure this man does not get under my skin? Instead of sitting around for days and weeks beating myself up about it. Because that's what I used to do. Then I had to realize, you know, he's only an asshole because he still loves me. Anyway, I'm going to leave that here, but I just really wanted to come up here and say that really quickly. And Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.